Beyond the Badge is brought to you by the Edina Crime Prevention Fund.
Welcome to Beyond the Badge, a program about the inner workings of the Edina Police and Fire Departments. Thanks for joining us. I'm Officer Brian Hubbard. Another Edina police officer has received training at the FBI National Academy. Lieutenant Jeff Alasky recently completed an intensive 10-week training at the FBI National Academy in Quantico, Virginia. Every year, a limited number of law enforcement executives from around the world attend the FBI training to network and improve professionally by attending a number of courses ranging from computer forensic to conflict resolution. Alasky's self-directed course included a focus on leadership management and media relations.
I've come back, I think, a more knowledgeable individual to help other officers, mentorship, mentoring younger supervisors, things like that, supervisors just coming into the role. I can share my knowledge that I've learned at the academy with those folks to try to help them be successful in their careers like I have been.
Participating in the FBI training program presents a rare opportunity for less than 1% of officers worldwide who get to attend. Officers must be nominated by their chief to attend training, for which only a handful of open slots are available annually. Alasky waited 5 years to gain admission to the program and joins Chief Dave Nelson and former Police Chief Jeff Long as Edina police officers who have attended.
It's a very elite training. You're basically attending college classes for an entire semester, and your instructors are FBI agents who have been on the job for many years. Your classmates are also command staff position students, but all of them have probably about 20 years of experience each. So when you're working on projects, you have a lot of experience to draw from.
Alasky was one of 221 law enforcement officers to graduate this year. His class included officers from 47 states, the District of Columbia, 23 countries, 5 military organizations, and 2 federal civilian organizations. As a member of the Minnesota State Structural Collapse and Rescue Team, the Edina Fire Department trains regularly in preparation for what are known as low-frequency, high-risk rescue situations. Recently, the department reviewed its advanced rope training, which is considered to be the building block of technical rescue skills. Among other things, rope training teaches firefighters to engineer systems for maneuvering on steep angles and high buildings. Let's join Officer Aaron White and Training Chief Craig Essig to find out what advanced rope training entails and how those skills serve the public.
Thanks, Brian. I'm back at Fire Station number 2 today to learn about some of the specialty work that the Edina Fire Department does. When you think of emergencies, you commonly think of medical emergencies and fires, police emergencies, stuff that might be sort of routine. But to talk about some more specialized work the fire department does, I'm joined by Chief Craig Essig. How are you today, Craig?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thanks for being on the show.
My pleasure.
Technical rescue, is that a good way of putting it?
Yes, technical rescue is what the title of the program is. It's a technical rescue team, or other people refer to it as a USAR team, urban search and rescue team, but it's all boils down to technical rescue.
And was that a good way of putting it? It's kind of a specialty over and above kind of the bread and butter of the typical public safety operation.
It is. It's actually completely separate. We, as firefighters, we get basic skills in kind of our bread and butter rescues. If there was a house fire or something like that, we train on that on a regular basis. This goes above and beyond that. This has more of a technical side of it. If we have a person that was stranded on a water tower, we've had that in the past where they're doing work up there, they get caught up in ropes or whatever they have, we have to climb to the top of the tower and rescue them. We'll have people that are working in trenches and they get collapse takes place and we have somebody stuck in a trench. We'll take care of that. Confined space areas, real tight quarters where people either are overcome or they get stuck in a small area, tight area.
So we're kind of talking about things that would be difficult, if not impossible, for every fire department to do. And you take kind of a regional approach here, don't you?
We do. We're designed for if there's a local jurisdiction that has one of these technical rescues, they'll start mitigating an issue and then they will call us through the state and we'll come out and respond at a higher level. There's different equipment, things like that we have trained in many hours. So it brings it to the next level, and then if we require more help, then we'll go up to the federal level and we'll get FEMA teams and things like that to help.
Obviously there's a lot of specialized training, and we're doing the interview today in front of your rescue truck. which the viewers can't see, but in addition to all the equipment here, you have a trailer load of stuff back here. I've seen all this stuff out. I don't know how you even get it all back in here once it's out, but recently in your training, you've been kind of going back to basics and really focusing on the rope. Tell me how a rope can be used for some of these things.
Well, ropes are really the bread and butter of everything, almost everything we do. We utilize ropes for just about every type of rescue, so we have to know all of our knots, all those things very, very well. So we've been trying to train our folks up to a high level, and we've been doing that over the past several years. And now this year we decided, let's go back to just the basics, start all over, and get that so that it just becomes second nature.
How about some examples? Where has the team come in and provided some of these services in the past?
Well, our services can be called anywhere in the state. Some recent ones, we've had trench collapses right here in Edina. We've had rope rescues in Plymouth, trench collapse in Eden Prairie. So most of it's been in the local area. We did respond to the bridge collapse, the 35W bridge collapse. We were a big part of that. And we also have 4 other teams. We're all one big team in the state, but they're distributed throughout the metro area and slightly beyond. So all 4, we could use it, just Edina responds as one team, or we could have all 5 teams responding to the same incident, depending on the magnitude of it and how much help we need.
Well, that's great. It sounds like it's one more kind of perk of the Edina Fire Department. You take a regional approach, but we've got these services right here in Edina.
It's a wonderful tool for anybody in the local area. You have a lot of resources that are highly trained at a moment's notice. It just takes one phone call and we can get these resources here immediately.
Very good. Well, thanks for your time today, Craig.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. That's Craig Essig. He's a battalion chief with the Edina Fire Department. And we'll return to you, Brian.
Thank you, Aaron. Sergeant Scott Kuiper, who will retire this month, was recently awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Special Operations Training Association of the Upper Midwest. Kuiper has spent 14 years as a valuable member of the Edina SWAT team, serving as team leader and instructor in the areas of defensive tactics, firearms, and use of force. Kuiper also served as a Special Operations Training Association board member from 2003 to 2006, charter member of the International Law Enforcement Training Association, and member of the Association of Training Officers of Minnesota. He was active in creation of the Southwest Basic SWAT School, Southwest SWAT Consortium, and the addition of the Tactical Medical Program to the Edina SWAT team. Kuiper was nominated by fellow officer Sergeant Kevin Rothedal.
I guess I never thought of myself as receiving it, only because I had, for one thing, I'd left the team back in 2006 after my 14 years, and I thought, well, I'm going to be retiring soon, and that was just kind of the end of it. And then suddenly I got the notice that I was getting it, and I take great pride in it, but I wouldn't have earned it had it not been for the people behind me, specifically my teammates over those years, so it was great.
Now in its 19th year, the Special Operations Training Association of the Upper Midwest is a nonprofit organization comprised of public safety personnel, including tactical officers, crisis negotiators, safety personnel, legal advisors, communications support, and paramedics. The association was created by its members and for its members to bring special operations training to all the public safety organizations in the Upper Midwest. Bicycling has been gaining popularity as a means of transportation, and the number of cyclists on city streets only increases as the weather gets warmer. This month's Focus In initiative encourages cyclists to familiarize themselves with state laws and ordinances regarding bike traffic. Educated bicyclists are safe cyclists by riding in accordance with the law, protecting themselves from vehicular traffic, and promoting harmony in sharing our public roadways. On behalf of my co-host, Police Officer Aaron White, and the City of Edina's Public Safety Team, thanks for tuning in to learn a little bit more of what goes on beyond the badge. Until next time, stay safe.
Beyond the Badge is brought to you by the Edina Crime Prevention Fund,